What's up, everyone? It is Gray, aka the Hokagray, and today we have another Hero Academia review because it's Monday and that's the day. Um, the new Dragon Ball chapter came out, and I actually meant to talk about it, and I'm going to. It's just that I was in the process of moving back into my house, and you're probably like, well, if you're back, why is there no face cam? Well, someone who has to work from home now asked if they could use it, and I figured that's probably more important than me just seeing my face being like, yeah, I like twice. So, And for the foreseeable future, no more face cam, but it'll come back. Don't worry. It'll definitely be here. Also, I made a video talking about the new Bleach news, which if you haven't heard, the anime is coming back, and what I should do for my reread and or rewatch series, but I really would like your feedback on that. So please check out that video and leave a like. It should be at the end of this one, or you can just find it on my channel. Either way, please check it out. It would help me out a ton. And with all that out of the way, let's talk about this chapter, which was pretty cool, especially as a Tokoyomi fan. That's right. Tokoyomi does stuff. So basically at the beginning, we have Fat Gum and Sun Eater, the classic. And they're like, hey, Tokoyomi, we need you. There's a tunnel, and there's only one entrance, and we need you to close it up because we know that you're good at destruction, I guess. So when they get there, we see Sun Eater turn into a centaur, which means he ate horse, by the way, which is a little concerning. But, what are you going to do? Oh, it could be a cow, actually. It could be a bull. I can't really tell. Either way. Fat Gum covers Tokoyomi and he goes to the entrance. And then he unleashes a new attack called Ragnarok, which is just so cool. The art on this page is amazing. I actually wanted this to be the thumbnail, but it just didn't lend itself to it. Also, because I didn't really want to spoil Redestro, because the anime onlys have no idea who that is. Speaking of, Redestro shows up, and he does his super stressed form. And he, clashes with Dark Shadow. And it looks like it's a pretty close tie, but then because his legs are gone, so he has mechanical legs. Or fake legs, prosthetics, and they just snap. They snap, so Redestro goes flying, and then Dark Shadow closes it up and comes back to Tokoyomi. He tells him that there's, a super scary dude there, which is Gigantomachia. And then Fat Gum's like, don't worry, according to Hawks, he won't act unless Shigaraki says so, and Shigaraki's not there, so they should be good. And they're like, wow, how'd you get that much intel? And he's like, Hawks told us, he's a spy. And then Tokoyomi's like, Hawks? My best friend, Hawks? And he does a little flashback with Hawks, it's cute. And then from there, we cut to Hawks mercilessly killing Twice clones. Just over and over again. Twice is just falling apart. And then we kind of learn about Twice's weakness, so he's not as broken as we think he is. He still is. He's still one of the strongest, if not the most BS of all the League of Villains. But they basically are like, Hawk says that each duplicate is less durable than the last one, so they're all really easy to kill at this point because he's made so many. Twice is starting to give up because he's like, well, he doesn't give up, but he's acknowledging that he can't do it. He makes clones of the League of Villains, and they just get one banged because they're so squishy now. And then Hawk says in a monologue about how speed's important because the villains that don't give up are the scariest. And then he cuts them with a feather, I guess. He has his swords, his Hawk swords. And then he has them pinned basically with sword to face. And we get a little bit of dialogue from Twice talking about how all of them are really nice to him, and he feels bad because he screwed it up for them, but he's gonna try their best to protect their happiness. And then Dobby shows up, and here's the thing that surprised me. It looks as though Hawks is just screwed because Dobby's foot is on his head, and yeah, I kind of thought it'd be more of a fight. I still think it will be. I think Hawks is gonna have a feather or two and hit Dobby from the back. But it is nice to see Dobby at least care a little bit, which is it's interesting that the fact that League of Villains is actually caring about each other. Seemingly, at least Twice definitely does, and Toga does, and I even think Shigaraki does a little bit. So it's really interesting to have the dynamic about a bunch of terrible people that actually like each other. So basically, that's the end of the chapter. By the way, it's just Dobby being a meanie to Hawks. So yeah, a bit of a shorter one, but good. I think the next one's gonna be a little bit more action packed. I think the next one is going to have Hawks versus Dobby, and I'm going to assume that since Dobby caught such a big drop on him, that Hawks will probably start losing, and then maybe Endeavor shows up, and maybe hopefully we can finally have the confrontation. That's kind of a stretch, but I just kind of want it done with because I feel like it's been there for so long, it's starting to lose its flavor. But either way, I do think Dobby's design is pretty cool, and I'm glad that he gets to do things. We like never get to see him fight because his power is. The problem with fire is it's either he wins the fight immediately or it doesn't, like he just gets. He either one shots them or he gets one shot. Like that's kind of the nature of having fire in a universe where fire can kill you pretty easily. So yeah, that's really it. Fine, good chapter, solid. I really like Twice. I really like the League of Villains. Hawks is awesome. Dark Shadows. Ragnarok is super cool, as always. But, yeah, hopefully next week it picks up a little bit more. I mean, this is, as I said, this isn't a bad chapter by any means. In fact, it was a good chapter. It's just short. Not a whole lot in it. Mainly just dialogue between Hawks and Twice. And then we get a little bit of Tokoyomi, which is always awesome. There is a lot going on in this arc as of right now. Just, like, there's so many different groups fighting. And I want to see all of them. Which, you know, it'll be interesting to see when the anime gets here. That's for sure. Speaking of anime, next week, if you're a manga reader, next week they're doing the Hero Top 10. And then the week after that, I'm worried they're going to try and fit High End or Shroud into like... Or Hood. Sorry, not Shroud. That's the gamer. Hood into like one episode. And I feel like it might need to. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see for sure. I may talk about it depending on how it goes. But yeah, either way, that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want more Hero Academia content. Or if you want Bleach content, because I want to do that too. Expect my Castlevania review in the next couple days. Expect the new Dragon Ball chapter in the next couple days. And yeah, that does it for me. Thank you. I already said thank you for watching. But thanks again for watching. And I'll see all of you next time.